All right, we're officially live. Hello, and welcome to the third installment, third week of Artists of the Week. And I'm so excited for this episode. This is actually the inspiration for this show that we put together here. I was actually sitting here thinking we should have Artist of the Year. And the artist that I'm about to interview here, I was nominating him for Artist of the Year. And I'm going to tell you about why I was nominating for that. Had a huge 2024. But the whole crew, Culture Shift, was like, we should do an Artist of the Week and highlight people every single week. And so it went from Artist of the Year, this person that's going to be on today, into Artist of the Week. And so week one, we had artist Stephanie McDonald. If you haven't seen that video, you can go back and you can watch that here on my Facebook or on YouTube. And then second week, we had Mr. Shamrock, the founder of the Culture Shift, on with a great interview talking about his new release called My Truth, his album coming out in February. But today, let's get into this. We got the one and only Alien Nature. I'm gonna bring him on the screen in just a second, but let me show you this video really quickly. Hopping out the bowl rapping.
If you don't know by now, my shit.
Yeah, this artist is amazing. He's been a part of Culture Shift for a couple years, headlined a couple of our events, hosted one of our events, and has been a big supporter. And he's been doing a lot of amazing things in the city. So help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Alien Nature. Hello.
You know we in this thing, man. It's always a pleasure to be on any show with you, any event with you, man. Culture Shift is really for the people, for the community, and I love every time I'm on it.
Yep, and you're for the community as well. Let's start with you're in the Trap Art Gallery. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, we in the trap home right now. You know what's going on, man. We used
All
to
kinds
have
of amazing art.
I don't know, man. I just get creative sometimes, and my gears get to turning. We had a cloud wall up here at one point, but I just felt like there were so many dope. All these pieces behind me are from Fort Wayne artists, so I just kind of went on like a collection for like 2 years of just, hey, let me buy that. Hey, can I? Anybody got some pictures? And started getting a collection. And as you can see, we didn't stop at that wall. We got that wall. It goes up the, yeah, it's just,
Got
it's
the whole
always something to
house.
look at, man. You need art in your life. You need art surrounding you. Everything we do, everything we are is art. So it only makes sense.
That is so true. So I want to start with how I discovered you.
Oh,
I was in the
yeah.
music industry for a really long time, but then I stepped away, and I've always been about justice and about being for the people. And I ended up downtown and got the souvenir here during the George Floyd protests. But I
Oh,
went on
man.
Facebook and I saw this guy streaming live. I was like, "Who is this guy?" So I found out he was a skater. He was an activist. Later on, I found out he was a really dope hip hop artist. And he took this so far. You took this so far, Alien Nature, that you actually had a meeting with the mayor. Is that correct?
Oh man, yeah, and all that was just circumstantial. Like none of it was supposed to happen. I mean, it was supposed to happen, but it wasn't on purpose. You feel me?
Yeah. So you were a
it
big
was
part of that, weren't you?
it was crazy. It really started with I was on the way to T Zank Successful Music Studios to do a song, and as I was driving by downtown, there's probably like 500 people lined up in front of the courthouse. So I'm like, oh man, I get off the phone with Zank. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be late. I got to see what's going on out here. So then I start talking to everybody, and you know what I mean? They tell me what's going on, what they're out here for. And like, I resonated with the situation so heavily because I've been, at the hands of the officers with a gun. Luckily, they didn't shoot me, but they pulled it plenty times, and it just really hit me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick down here. I'm gonna show people what's going on. So I went live, and then probably like 4 hours after going live into just being downtown, man, we had so many people from around the world tapping in just to see what was going on in our city. And it was kind of an amazing feeling that I got to unify not only the city but everybody around the world connecting to our city, and got to be kind of like the puzzle piece that did that. So it was a blessing alone, man. In the midst of adversity, I will say, I won't say blessing, that's the wrong word, but in the middle of adversity, it was one of the best things that could have happened.
Yeah, you were kind of the silver linings of that cloud.
Yeah,
One of the
man, we
lights that
brought
shone.
the energy back up. You know what I mean? We try to calm everybody down so it wasn't fighting, because they was not only fighting the cops, they was fighting each other. It was just in disarray at that weekend when they started launching the tear gas things. Yeah, that was the most division I've seen in the city in a long time. So I kind of wanted to step in and play that part in unifying them and showing them that, hey, it's not us against them, it's not us against us, it's us against the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it was beautiful, man, and it really it introduced me to so many great people. Like I said, when I met you out of this, and who would have thought we would have took it to the levels that we took it, just from the shows to the events, giving back. Like you've been on your own journey, I've been on mine, but like our
Mhm.
it links up so crazily in the middle. How we're on this different paths, different journeys, but it's the same mission, really.
Yep, it's like a crossroad coming together.
Yeah, man, on accident. Like I said, none of these were like I wasn't scouting you out. Like, oh, I like what he does. It was just a divine timing. You know what I mean? Run into each other with similar interests, and then boom, just take it to the heights that you didn't even imagine.
Yeah. So let's talk about 2024. You had such an amazing year.
Hoo-wee!
Let's start with
Yeah,
what you did with Culture
man.
Shift first. So you headlined our 2023 Fort Unity on the River, and then you headlined
Yeah.
2024 Fort Unity on the River, and it was
Oh
crazy.
man.
It brought so many people out. You sold so much merch, and
Man, the Fort Unity. Whenever I figured out that you, cause like I've touched so many venues in the city, from like all the clubs, all the bars, we did all that. So when you hit me up and was like, "Hey, I booked a show outside at Promenade Park," like Promenade is a staple in the city, especially with the river behind it, all the new condos and buildings. Like it's really a scenic place to be at, and it's never somewhere that I thought, "Hey, I want to do a show here." It's just kind of it was perfect. So when you hit me with that opportunity, I had to do it. There was no way that I was gonna miss out on that. So big ups to you for going outside the box and doing what rappers really don't do and booking venues that nobody really thinks, hey, we could put a rap show here.
yeah, you're
And it
actually the
wasn't even
first
just a
one.
rap show. They had gospel, they had singers, R&B, poetry. Like that's what I like about you, man. You bring everything together from every different type of art, every different type of talent, and it's like let's throw it on one show. You don't see that nowhere else.
Thank you, man. Also, want to
Oh,
recap the Indies Gone Major show we did at Pierre's in February. You came out, you hosted
whew,
that show, and you kept the energy live all night long, and you also sold all your merch.
man, that's one thing I will give him, man. Shout out to everybody who comes to the merch table, man. Y'all make my night worth being there. Just talking to y'all, meeting you. Even if you don't buy anything, just coming to check out what we do. Be like, hey, man, I like the table. You know, that means everything to me too. But like for artists too, I want to say, man, get on your merch game. If you don't have merch as an artist, hit me up. We'll get you right with the logo. You know what I mean? Because every artist needs merch, especially when you're doing show. Man, you did so many shows, I can't keep track. Yeah, you see in the back, man. Every artist, every brand, no matter what you do, you need something that you can monetize while also advertising with your logo across it. So people know that. Hey, oh, they like it. What is that? Let me find out what they like, and it just starts to spread from there. But back to the show, you did so many that man, I started to keep. Yeah, my whole 2024, I think, was just working with you back.
But you did some big things too. You opened up in a stadium with Little Wayne. Is
Oh
that correct?
man, we
Wow.
did get to touch. We did get to open up and host for Lil Wayne in Pennsylvania, and that was major for me because as a kid, that's what got it all started. The
Hmm.
We Taking Over remix, like I wrote my first rap to that beat because of Wayne, and it's just to be on stage and to watch him and just be there, like we made it to Wayne, and it just brings me back to like 2009 as like the little kid in the back room writing raps, and it's just like we made it to this. Like I don't know, I still can't believe it sometimes. The stuff that we did, it just don't feel like real life. And like I said, a lot of it just be divine timing. You know what I mean? Meeting genuine people who genuinely want to see you win and who just, you know what I mean? They're not just trying to come up off you. They genuinely want to see you do great. And that's the only type of people I surround myself with now. And that's why we get to do so many great things because of the genuine people behind me, man. Shout out to every one of y'all who put any type of time into pushing me or getting me into rooms that I wasn't in before.
Yeah. One of your lines in one of the freestyles or the ciphers you did this summer. By the way, everyone, he did two of the biggest ciphers that came out of Indiana um, ever. And one of those lines, he said, "I use my merch as a bargaining chip." And
Oh
so you
yeah.
could come out to a show and get a small fee for being there, but then you'd make a lot more money. And I want to shout out because you made our merch. This is one of our Culture Shift shirts. So you came through making our merch. These are high quality shirts. And what I love about working with Alien Nature is one, it's local, so you're supporting local business. Two, the
Yeah.
quality is high. This design is really high quality. And you always come through like, hey, I need these shirts in 3 days. Can you do it? You're like, no, I can't. I'm like, Could you? Actually,
Could
I
you
can.
please?
So give
I'm
him
gonna
some
find a
time.
yeah, I'm gonna find a way, man. Regardless, I'm gonna find a way, even if I gotta spread myself thin, just because I've always wanted to be the person that I needed when I was coming up. If I had a show, because I'm a procrastinator, so sometimes I wait till Thursday to hit up for merch on the show on Saturday, and I would have want somebody to get me right too. So, I try to accommodate any last minute orders. And like I said, man, quality is everything to me. I was buying shirts from other shops and stuff, and there was stuff peeling off. It was scratchy materials. So I was like, I'm going to fix this. I think I went through about 25, maybe 30 brands of shirts and clothing before I landed on those ones. I ain't gonna leak what brand they are on here, but yeah.
So if somebody wants to hire you and order merch, give them more than 3 days, give them a couple weeks. But how can they order merch from you?
You don't even need a couple weeks. Give me a business week. But I mean, really, you can order merch to me personally. You can hit me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever that is. You can hit my cell phone number if you got it, or you can go to aliennature.net. All the merch is available at aliennature.net. You'll find all the contact information you need to reach me if you want some custom merch. And yeah, like I said, aliennature.net is really simple. You know what I mean? Like the trees and the UFOs.net.
That's awesome. So let's talk about some of the outreach you've been doing. One of the reasons we work with you is because you're independent. You've been able to be self-sustainable. You haven't had a W-2 since what, 2019?
Yeah.
So you talk a lot about freedom, but you also are a part of the Black Panthers, the original
That's
Black Panther Party.
crazy to think about. Bam. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man. The original Black Panther Party really just helped me. I was always out in the community doing things on my own, but there's only so much you could do by yourself. So starting and joining that group really gave us more resources to put together to be able to do the things that we necessarily couldn't do on our own. And that really all panned out from the 2020. Once all that happened and then everything kind of settled down, I think it was around June, I want to say, when we established it as like the first 5 people submitted the paperwork, got it established as the first Black Panther Party, original Black Panther Party in Fort Wayne. So it was major to me that we got to bring it back, and seeing the community's reaction to it, seeing how much they're intrigued and seeing how they want to get involved or just showing support and love to it. It's an amazing feeling to be out here in the community, and I feel like that's really one of the main reasons we got into this. The music is just a vehicle to push whatever else I'm doing. So if I want to do community work, people know me off the music, so they're going to tap into the events and et cetera, et cetera. So everything plays into itself. I don't like to say like music is my tree, because music is a vehicle for me. You know what I mean? It,
Mhm.
it 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 moves me to all these other branches on the tree. So it's kind of it's a blessing for sure to be in the community so much and to have a team of like-minded individuals behind you that's willing to throw up the resources and put their money up and just give back to them. I mean, we're going on $500 shopping sprees and giving it away. You know what I mean? So it's just a great feeling to be able to do that without sweating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really amazing what you guys have done for the community. So thank you for that. And
Oh,
thank you for talking about
absolutely.
that freedom that you've experienced and telling others that they can do that as well.
I mean, it's really, there's no difference between me and anybody else who want to go and get it. Like Nipsey said, the only difference is I ain't quit. I went through every emotion with this. I went up, I've been down, I've been sideways, I've been flipped around. I just didn't quit. If you see my highlight reel online and think, oh, he's everything's just going good, everything's great, it's been great, you lied. Cause man, it's a struggle sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to make it look good. You got to persevere through the things, but really anybody can do it if you just keep going. You're going to get beat up. You got to learn how to take a couple ones to the chin sometimes, but you keep going, bro. You're going to be amazed at the outcomes. I promise you. Even when it feels like it's not, it's just push and pull, one step forward, 2 steps back. Just keep doing it. I don't care if you're behind from where you started. Just keep going. And one day you're going to wake up like, wow, I did A, B, and C. And it's gonna feel surreal to you. So yeah, anybody can really do it, man. I'm not saying that I'm more special or I'm more hardworking or more gifted than anybody else. Really, I just didn't quit. I kept doing this. I was doing this since I was 9 years old. I'm 29 years old. So we just been, you know what I mean? We just been keep doing it, doing it, doing it. Small clubs, small bars, stadiums, to whatever it is. We did it all. But that's only because I didn't quit. So that's my advice to anybody who wants to do this or going to do this or is doing this. It's just don't quit. Keep doing what you're doing and stay on that grind, because if when you quit, it's over. That's the only time it's over.
That is wise words. Thank you for sharing that. We could talk all day, man. Let's talk about what you got coming up for this year, 2025. And then
Oh
I think
man.
you have a song you want to share with people, right?
Yeah, man, we're getting into the music bag. I know I've been taking a little hiatus lately on the music, just focusing on the business aspects and stuff, but I'm back into that mode. I'm ready to put out new music. I'm ready to get back on the scene, start doing these shows again, start throwing shows again. You know what I mean? I kind of took a step back from throwing them and I was just on everybody's show, but I kind of want to get into the curating space again. So you're going to see a lot more nature shows. You're going to see a lot more nature content, nature music, just anybody who messed with the brand, y'all in for something this year. I can't wait to give y'all this energy that I just been having.
I love it, man. You ready to share this new song? You want to introduce it?
Oh yeah. This new song is called Hard to Feel.
Sun touches.
I kind of wanted it. It was actually, I made the video for Sumo's One Iota release party. He had like a whole, I think it was like a couple 100-inch screen in the library just playing everybody's music videos and stuff. So it's kind of dope to be able to be a part of that. But it was my first storyline. I sat there and I wrote out a storyline on what I did. It's not really focused on just rapping in front of cool spots. Like it's kind of a rags to riches story from, you know what I mean, being on the street, just not having nowhere to go, no direction, to slowly but surely running into people who point me in the right direction. And before you know it, we wake up and we're here. So hard to feel, everybody.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for the interview. Hope you have a wonderful day. Be sure you guys subscribe to Alien Nature, follow him, and keep supporting the movement that he's a part of.
And be a good person.
As the sun touches my skin, I am alone. In the pursuit of the things I want, I lost the things I need.
All these drugs in my system, it make it hard to feel. Pull the knife out of my back and let me scar for real. Took some time to myself just so that my heart can heal. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. I told my daughter that I love him before we caught that L. I was standing there with him the day he bought the steel. Gave him 25 to life, he in the yard for real. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. Trying to find my position, sometimes I lost my way. I've gone astray, showing love until my heart will break. My darkest days came when they took my dog away. He caught the case, stacking paper just to make sure that your daughter's straight. You wanna hustle, go make it, but put back money for cases, that's what my mama say. Yeah. I'm making deals with the bankers, the cop a meal and some acres, and I'm my mama age. But I'm living my best life, traveling the world now. Get me down to South by, you can check the tour out. Pally on the west side, buy a pound and burn it down. Going hard, can't turn it down. Nah. All these drugs in my system, it make it hard to feel. Pull the knife out of my back and let me scar for real. Took some time to myself just so that my heart can heal. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. I told my daughter that I love him before we caught that L. I was standing there with him the day he bought the steel. Gave him 25 to life, he in the yard for real. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. What you constantly complaining about, like I ain't put them commas in your bank account. Pull up on the block, I spot your watch and fucking bang them out. Running up insane amount, but y'all just took the safer route. If you clocking in and out, can't tell me what this paper about. You better believe that we be blowing through these bandicoots. Nipsey told me it's a marathon, we fucking ran it up. No matter what I get, I'm a trippin' like I can't have enough. So break it down and bag it up. Paranoia got my pistol to the people, that's in case they try to sneak you. My nerves bad as fuck. But we keep it more cells than the seashore, that's between me and my people. We be blammed up, bitch. All these drugs in my system, it make it hard to feel. Pull the knife out of my back and let me scar for real. Took some time to myself just so that my heart can heal. All these drugs in my system, it make it, yeah. All these drugs in my system, it make it hard to feel. Pull the knife out of my back and let me scar for real. Took some time to myself just so that my heart can heal. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. I told my daughter that I love him before we caught that L. I was standing there with him the day he bought the steel. Gave him 25 to life, he in the yard for real. Hardest pain I've been dealing with might be hard to tell. Man, I love that shit so much. That's one of my favorite songs. We got so much for y'all though, man. But like I said, man, that was the rags to riches story. It's kind of, you know what I mean? I sat there, I think it was like a 10-minute storyline. I was just in the car. I'm like, I gotta make this happen. And we literally made it happen the next day. Like I wrote the storyline in 10 minutes, hit Johnny Day.
We made it happen. Amr wasn't even supposed to be in the video. We called him as we were shooting the video, and he just pulls up to the studio. It just worked. Like I said, genuine people do genuine shit, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. I appreciate everybody who took time out to, you know what I mean, support Alien Nature, help Alien Nature. Shout out to everybody who mess with Culture Shift. If you like Culture Shift, I like you. If you like Culture Shift, you'll like me. So, I mean, one big family, you know what I mean? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's good vibes every time I'm with you, my dog.
That's right, man. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too, man. Peace.
Peace.
Be a good person.
All right, we'll see you at the top, so we'll see you soon.
Hey, love, man. That thing is so fucking cool.
Praise God.